all the time in BO2.
In the elimination bracket. Let's get on in to map number 3.
I was like, what, you stopped gaming? He's like, yeah, I don't really play anymore, but
still, this contest
back in the day.
Absolutely. But one of the things I will say, we get an extremely southern pulling circle here. I think the Santalan bio still, but we get a lot of teams actually playing towards boat as Twisted Mind.
Yeah, honestly, I get a lot of people that say they used to watch like back then, because you gotta think, a lot of people like that used to watch back then, I mean, they grew up in
that opportunity as Ullman seals the deal, and one of the
they just don't play as much, or they don't watch as much. That's just how it is.
Statements that we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Map 1 did not.
I mean, they got a whole life now.
Map 2 most certainly did. Map 3
got shit going on.
Just
but we got some body shots coming on. I just went on a crazy tangent.
Bullets between friends. All love. It's really it's all love. No, nothing wrong here. 5 Fears though. They are looking to try and get back.
Okay, Big Man.
It hasn't looked very good for them for Big Man.
Big Man, don't shout, Big Man.
This tower and his teammate Sight down below here at Grandma's alongside Anxiety. 2 kills already.
Used to and still here.
Good, so 5
or still do.
After not a great map
gamer here.
Yeah,
I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. But a lot of people like just move on or don't really watch content as much.
Because they most certainly need to show something.
That's just how it is.
On that. We move over to this basketball control center, 100 Thieves and Movistar.
So what you're saying is I fell off.
Here. You are going to have company though rolling in. There's a couple of VK, well at least one VK player lurking around, just trying to sniff out a couple of kills. I might have Kadzu in the back corner. Gabe's going to slide out, spot absolutely nothing. For the Thieves players, it's about making sure you don't get isolated. You don't want to.
I used to be so cool, man.
And end up being found, and you can see Movistar waiting, looking to do exactly that. Kadzu will be here to at least put some damage in. Can you isolate this? Well, the teammates are looking to support. You're going to have Vidati up close and personal.
Oh, no.
That's not Sim, that's Big Man. Yeah, that ain't Lil Man, that's Big Man.
Make sure you can hold that high ground. Try and stay on there for FaZe Clan. Over towards Chemical Engineering, though. Looks like Fnatic.
That's not him anymore, just a part-timer.
Aggression, bring it their way, and they're going to contain a lot of this area of the map. It'll only be for basically this first zone, as we are just absolutely pulling all the way to the southwest side. That is there. So you get a nice little shot onto Clumsy out into the water, just trying to stay alive. And well,
okay, Big Aydan.
It looks like they are just going to continue.
Plates up, forces the push out, pinches in. Wait, one more up.
It's a little bit of a hesitation.
Oh no, I think they're out the game. Yeah. Wait, did they get a spawn up? Okay, nope, they're out. They're out. Their anchor got taken down by the Falcons.
Leviathan wiped off the map.
Twisted Minds and Falcons absolutely tag team them out the lobby.
From them showing early signs of fire.
Getting the first game winner.
Maps 2 and 3 made to suffer well and truly.
Or no, first game winner was Warzone. Sorry.
Quickly here in map 3, they will fall as our first squad, and well, the Falcons will continue to go on the hunt. That duo, arguably the best to ever play this game.
Okay, wow. Taking a look at our points right now. We got FaZe first place. Falcons all the way down in 8.
Punch their way southern down
now
through
9.
The map. You will have presence.
Thieves in 11.
This Puerto Rican squad just looking to buy their time. Elolan trying to get Sakura back into the fight, but he's torn between just leaving this, and I think that's his decision. Just get the hell out of Dodge, try and recruit the Tenex.
Yeah, who won second map? VKA, a South American team. I'm still kind of learning here as we go.
This team playing underneath by
because I'm not as familiar with all these squads, but
this is their drop spot.
We had a European team and then a South American team win. Game 1 and 2. No NA teams yet.
With this next zone. And for Gamax, they do not want to let you take some of this size as you slide on forward. And Elolam is good for 1, is good for 2.
That might be really bad as well, because actually FaZe are considering regrouping over by Chem, which is where your one remaining player is if you're Fnatic. So you're going to have to buy some time.
Move Cam, top right.
To pull you in. So worrying moment for the team.
Yeah, do you guys think Cam would look better top right?
And actually, no, you get the kill if you're Zach into JTech. FaZe in a mad scramble on the opposite side of the map. We go back to controls, 3 teams fight it over.
Like up here?
I mean, this is just getting
what do you think about up here? Yes or no?
They're going to go ahead. They want to try and stay on up here, and it's one final bullet from DiazBiffle.
Wait.
Catches Gabe trying to go up for the roof. Blast has to go ahead. Tail between his legs, duck back on down, but it is not going to be a clean exit for him. He's got to stay alive. It's by the last skin of his teeth.
VKA is French.
Another teammate back on in.
Oui. I'm going to France in like 3 weeks. More part-timer activities, taking the wife on a nice vacation.
Here, ladies and gentlemen, Soka's still down in Stronghold.
By that I mean I am taking her on a vacation, but I'm also going to be enjoying it myself.
That zone may well pull in that direction towards the end. So just looking to hold and swat away any interested parties, and you can do that when
D heating up a little bit. There he is. Wait, Gabe.
They're trying to fight Gabe Kuhn out.
Okay, he's gonna hit the ground, but
he's gonna land on the opposite side. Be found by Shifty.
I think Gabe's last up. Nope, they got the respawn.
Chase this down. If Gabe is found here, I mean, 100 Thieves, they're continuing to stay alive for now, but it's a blender that you've got to find a way out of from some time. And Biffle, he's chasing, he's cracking, he's looking high, and by the skin of his teeth, Gabe will live for a moment.
Well, we start Koi. They're starting to get in on this fight.
Bro, this is a mix right here.
They know what's going on through. However,
I would not land here. If I was playing this, I would not be landing at control. I would not. There's too much action, too many opportunities.
Looks like 100 Thieves. At least got 2
but then again, I guess they do have Hisoka playing out, so they can be a little more aggro. But
DiazBiffle, as we have lost a lot of players, it feels like.
I feel like there's a lot of
teams taking off the map here,
opportunity to get fucked over here.
Come to a close. Already pulling down towards this sort of tense living quarters side. It looks like that's where our zone is going to go ahead and pull us. A lot of these teams going to have to start moving.
Just setting himself up here to try and fight this. Gotta bear in mind the gold clamp's on the rooftop. You want to clear that. Shifty goes high. Shifty finds the kill.
I mean, they're finding all these kills, though. They're farming right now. Falcons farming. Big game so far for them.
Hold the top here. Biffle's going to try and provide backup
up the zip.
Falcons coming in from the sky. Skullface found yet
he got his help.
In the cleanup. Right now, Falcon as well.
They're just, dude, they're getting so many free kills. These guys have knives out. They don't got guns. They're getting just freebies.
Want to be in a blender against the Falcons.
Another freebie.
People, as Biffle finds his 7th kill, sorry, of the day. You do get shot actually by a member of the VKA team that are playing off towards
Squad 11. Squad 11 just got wiped.
This zone looks like it's going to squeeze everybody off towards that living quarters side, or maybe even stronghold soon. 100 Thieves
hopefully, hopefully they add
Twisted
like the team that gets wiped instead of like Squad 11, because that makes it a little hard to follow.
So here,
I mean, you can see the kill feed, but if you don't know every team's roster,
and just trying to assess how they will approach that.
I love where Twisted Minds has moved here. It's up towards living quarters. They know that they've cleared out this entire basically
that was
south
Fnatic?
side of the map.
Shit.
They're just going to have the ability to hang on here. They're back at their POI, back at factory. So you win the factory drop, you get a little aggressive. We watch Leviathan get taken on out. You surge on up, you find a couple more in chem, and you come back on down and nobody's home. So you say, hey, great, this is our POI. We know exactly how we want to play it. We're going to stay here until we are forced to move. For Rock Esports.
Yeah, these guys are always in prison.
It's where they
love it here. Yo, Gallo, thank you for the gifted sub and the prime, bro.
2 or 3
Welcome
circles. But for the time being, it looks like we've kind of just come on down. Map started to feel
we got
maybe a
nematodes
little bit more slower
taking
as
a dip.
Different teams are starting to grab their POIs.
Quick check of the leaderboard, ladies and gentlemen, that we get live here in the back. Rock Esports actually have the most kills out of everybody with 41, and showing exactly why they have so much control.
Ain't no way. I would have taken the shot too, but ain't no way.
That being said, I believe that I was misled. The leaderboard changes, and that was not true. So we will just go back to what we were talking about before. Aydan gonna eye one up. Can you catch Resolve? Shot just over the top here.
He's gonna grab it through the roof.
Down, who want that loadout up above. Circle will start to squeeze him in eventually anyway, so you can sit
I mean, yeah, he's getting held though.
Between the legs on the second.
Oh, it's windy.
Comes through. Frustrating for Aydan here. He is the anchor, of course. I'm not expecting many kills, but just 2 on the board. You're hoping to pick up a 3rd.
Bro, I could have been an anchor for one of these teams, man. Somebody should have picked me up.
We move over then to the
that ass. I would have been licking it
back of the map. FaZe. They back off here, potentially in a 2v1. Smith will actually draw blood as well. I think called it a draw and reassess.
Go Seth, go snipe. Top of the boat.
You got Almond. He's on the back, still on that roof.
Go snipe top boat and don't worry about anything.
Fight, but it's A-okay. I think Smitty realizes he's going to have an opportunity to still try and play alive here. J-Tech, there are some shots down on range. You have to be careful, though, because you don't want to push forward too hard. As well, you are going to have members of Evos Esports just up ahead of you at headquarters. If they decide to look on down, they could maybe try and clean up some of these kills. Skullface still alive. So he's just trying to stay here down towards that side. Well, his 2 teammates, this battle at control is still
Wait, is this Falcons? Falcons versus Thieves?
100 Thieves and the Falcons. Maybe a little bit of revenge finally.
Shifty. Oh, Shifty with a 2-piece.
Though, and, well, just as you're feeling good and you are 100 Thieves,
how's those balls chased?
Down by the Falcons, and if there's
little ball bag action on the
exactly
main stage.
It's Shifty. A little bit more friendly love bullets going out for some of our teams.
Yeah, that guy doesn't do quiet. As KingMWIII is found in the feed. Back on over then to Factory. This battle between Twisted Minds and Leviathan rages on. Twisted Minds coming out on top again here. Map 3 has been theirs to lock down this south side. And now it's all about where they try and progress into. They tried living quarters previously. We came up against FaZe. We're told to.
There's a little beef in that one. Is there beef? Can you fill me in?
So now it's assessing how they head upland from here. Circle will drag hard
there?
somewhere between headquarters and control is likely where we're headed, ladies and gentlemen. For Rock, you will have some of that circle inside.
What's the drama? What's the
company in Evos Esports.
Now we've seen this battle happen time and time again, and a great Thermite from Wars will back them on down. He's going to be able to meet back on up with Vision. You have the cash.
Wait, I think Thieves just got wiped. Yeah, Thieves out.
Back on through. But I guess the question
Falcons
is,
just wiped
where
them.
can you go that there's a buy station, right? I'm trying to think about on the minimap, where could you go? And you got one maybe potentially down by Grandma's.
Did Zuma get you that new fridge?
But You gotta be able to get some ways on through. Evos, they've been
Tom
able to
got me my new monster fridge.
Trying to get some shots on in, and for Cloakzy and J-Tech, it's just a little bit of a stabilization here on the outside of zone.
Important knockbacks for Azwell, giving Fnatic an opportunity to breathe because FaZe kind of considering rolling up.
I think me and Tom are going to watch together at some point this weekend.
Going to press, Cloakzy's going to assess, and nothing too much to worry about. But FaZe, we've had a fantastic tournament so far. Let's find out exactly why as we listen in.
Yeah, look at these guys behind us.
We clear our back. We clear our back.
Okay.
Row back where? Row back where? Wait, yellow, you ready?
Yellow, yeah, yellow.
120. Turret skin. He's on the turret. Look at this left skin. Why you dead? Go back, Cloakzy. 2 on EJ.
I'm yeah.
No, he's got guns.
That's alright, bro.
Swing right, Cloakzy.
2v2.
Oh, on my body.
Tell me when he dead.
One more. He's gonna die.
Inside the hut.
Where's his help?
He crossed the tent. I got PA'd on my body.
I'm crossing
over.
over.
You can buy back, too. You can buy back late.
You don't have a buy. I got the solo.
You got your kill.
You got the kill.
You got the kill.
You can't.
There's a kill on the gun as well. You got top 5 already, okay? You can play kills if you want. Alright. Your right should be cleared. You killed the last guy.
How many teams are left? 5 teams?
FaZe, it's been a little bit of a mixy map for
Falcons
them.
still up?
Cloakzy last alive.
Falcons 3 up. Okay, we got Twisted Minds up as well. Give me a Falcons Twisted Minds.
3v3, you can do a late buy if you need to. He has a lot of space if he wants to try and make that happen because the rest of the fights are pretty much going on up here at Prison. You can see Twisted Minds finally able to get into our top 5 for a game. It took them 2 squads to get here, but hey, we love seeing them on in. Now, can they close it out? That is the real question. Aydan currently sitting on 6.
I mean, this circle, it looks like command's safe. All these teams Prison are going to have to rotate in. They might just get held. Falcons are in a great spot here. Yeah, you got 3 teams over here on this side. All teams on this side of the map. They're going to have to work this hill.
If you're EFOS, you're in a bad position here, but not.
I mean, look at this. This should be Falcons all over it.
Look at this, Falcons, they're just going to be able to cut down all of these players. Just
Falcons win this, bro. There's no way they lose this.
No one's able to move. Twisted Minds, they maybe have found the gap. They drop behind the wall, but it's the shot from DiazBiffle.
All of them fall.
13,
3 versus 1. Falcons finally on the board.
Only, and they are flying their way on forward. It's just going to be Wars who gets knocked to the
Falcons win game 3.
They had a great game 1. They had a better game 2, and they end our first 3-game
Hey, we're in 9th. That might shoot them up.
Win and an even better game.
Shoot them up the leaderboard.
Absolutely crazy from the Falcons.
I mean, they got a pretty fortunate zone pull there, though. All teams in Prison, their top command with no teams behind them. That's like that hill is just a death zone, dude. And all those teams started fighting each other because they got to rotate. I mean, that was pretty much a free win.
Away from the 3 teams that want that. That's supposed to be one of the hottest contested spots. It's an area that they've struggled to break down.
Let me catch up on some super chats. Sorry.